Okay, so here is Mark Knight of MK Financial Planning Limited's first official tip. See what I did there? Specificity. One of my American coaches told me about how when his son hurt his arm, he took him to a specific doctor over another. Now that doctor charged more, but he was a specialist in that field. MK Financial Planning Limited was a specialist in the field of pensions. We gained 6,000 clients and over 400 five-star reviews in a 16-year period. And I went on to get 3 Two Comma Club awards for sales funnels, more than any other financial advisor in the world. When you specialize, you can create systems and processes that are scalable. And the amount of times I see financial advisors trying to do Facebook ads and them not working or working too well, it's just off the charts. The thing is, if they work too well, you end up having no time to deal with them. So it's a waste of time. So don't run before you can walk. Okay, so I keep forgetting the word of the first tip. I keep thinking of the word synchronicity, which I love. I love things that are synchronistic. But the other thing that I refer to this is as choosing your niche. When I first started financial advice way back in 1990, approximately, a small company called Prosperity. I joined a company that was an appointed rep of Prosperity called Capel Dale, which is a really hard word to say on the phones, and we were cold calling a lot back then. But the aim of the company was to take on as many people as possible to sell to their families and friends, and then they would drift off. But hopefully, the products that were arranged would stick. Thing was, I didn't have any family or friends to sell to, so I had to do the hard work and the leg work. So I found a niche really quickly. I started going around on buses for hours at a time, talking to bus drivers about their pensions. Who would have thought that you could have done that? I lasted a year, longer than everybody else in Capledale. By the end of the year that I'm talking about, I was sat in an office in the centre of Bristol, a luxurious office costing Capledale thousands a month. It was an office for 50 staff, and I was the only one left standing. So that just kind of gives you an idea of my tenacity, maybe, I don't know, or stupidity, who's to tell. So what else? So that was tip number 1, choosing your niche. From that moment in time, I didn't think about the fact that I'm choosing my niche, but I did. And by talking to bus drivers about their pensions, those bus drivers talked to other bus drivers, and all of a sudden I was getting repeat business and referrals from people, bus drivers, not just based in Bristol, but it started expanding out as well, which when I was thinking about it now is completely crazy. Sitting on a bus to attract business sounds bizarre, but it worked, and I had some really good customers and conversations from it, and some good bus journeys too. So then when I joined the Woolwich Bank, my niche became OICs and unit trust investments. Most of my colleagues would see somebody with 100 or 200 grand in their passbook account and set up an ISA for them, or maybe I think they were called PEPs back then, or a £6,000 investment, and that would be it. And the next year they'd set up another £6,000 investment. Then I came along and realised, actually, you've got 200 grand. Well, let's put a large percentage of that into an OIC, or a unit trust, I think they were then, and then siphon the rest of it out over the year. So where one advisor was making a sale of £6,000, I was making a sale of 100 grand plus. So I quickly found my niche in that area too. And then I also helped people out with repayment mortgages, and so on and so forth. So the point of that is that finding and choosing your niche, an area that you're really good at, that you really enjoy, and you really enjoy the clients that you're going to be talking to, is the starting point to scaling your business. Whether you choose to scale it to 7 figures or more or less, it doesn't matter, but it's the only way that you can scale your business. So that's my first tip. Another tip in a couple of days' time. And I really hope that you found some use from my mumblings. Goodbye.